All right, welcome back. WTOP sports anchor Chris Cheon in the building. All right, so we're switching over to the NFL now. So many free agency moves. Where do we start? RG3. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. We won't start there. We'll start. You're like, okay, that's cool. I don't have a problem
I'm excited
with that.
for RG3 in Baltimore.
Okay, well, what do you think about that?
Well, I think that Joe Flacco hasn't exactly been, burning it up when it comes to his play, and I don't think that RG3 is necessarily somebody who's going to challenge him for the starting quarterback position. That being said, he has had success, and Ryan Mallett really hasn't. So finally, there's somebody that is in place that if RG3 makes a team, and I hope he does, because I was pulling some highlights the other day, and I saw this 76-yard run he had against the Vikings a couple of years ago, and brought me made me feel some good times when I remember the RG3 chants at FedEx Stadium. I think that it could be something good for this Ravens team. If anything, too, the Ravens have had attendance problems as well. If you look at that stadium, sometimes it's half full. You're going to have maybe some of your RG3 fans in this area say, I want to go up there, maybe see if RG3 gets in the game. So I hope he makes the team.
Yeah. All right, so as far as fantasy goes, Alex Smith, the new Redskins quarterback, take him, leave him. What do you think about this? Well,
I think if you're in a 10-12, I can maybe see grabbing Alex Smith, not in a 10-team league. I like him. I like his efficiency. I was actually at the Nats game yesterday, and I was hoping that he threw out the first pitch and he'd get a nice reception at Nats Park. But he did not do that, and that's okay. But Alex Smith is somebody that I'm excited about in the fact that I think it's good for receivers like Jamison Crowder, who might not run the absolute deepest routes, and Alex Smith is capable of throwing the deep ball, but I think his efficiency throwing inside the 10-15-yard range will be perfect for some of these wide receivers. If you have Jordan Reed back, I really love the prospects of Alex Smith. We say that almost every year with the injuries.
Every year.
Yeah, and hopefully that they address the offensive line in the draft. You can never really get too much depth there, and we see when you don't have an offensive line, i.e. the Seattle Seahawks, how really porous your offense can be. So I think Alex Smith still's got a couple of years left in the tank and will perform at a pretty high level for this team from a fantasy standpoint. Will he take them to the promised land and win the division? I'm not ready to say that over the Philadelphia Eagles, but I like Alex Smith in this offense.
Okay, so not jump too far here from Alex Smith to Kirk Cousins. Minnesota, new stage, new city. Do you like him?
It's hard not to when you're throwing Adam Thielen and Stephon Diggs, Kyle Rudolph. You have a running game with Jerick McKinnon. And, I'm sorry, Jerick McKinnon not there, but we do have Dalvin Cook, who is certainly somebody that is going to be a potent member of this offense now coming off the injury. All the weapons are there for his disposal. He threw near 70% during most of his time in Washington. I think Kirk Cousins, a better fantasy quarterback than probably a real-life quarterback. I'm not knocking the guy. I just think that you sort of have a means to an end with Cousins. He'll maybe get you the first round, but I see too many clunkers like that game against the New York Giants in Week 17 that sort of make me wary of him in terms of if I'm running a franchise, how far they can really go.
Okay. So, all right, if you're a guy, and Keith was asking about this earlier, if you're a guy that has Gronk, what the heck are you doing right now? Are you getting rid of him? Are you keeping, what are you doing with Gronk right now? Considering everything we've seen in the NFL, we don't know about his relationship with Belichick. What do you do here?
Hold on to Gronk.
Okay.
As long as Brady and Gronk are there, those two are going to find each other and connect with each other. I think Gronk had a sort of rough last couple of months in the NFL. He had a really vicious after the whistle hit. He got a lot of scrutiny for that on social media and otherwise. He basically kind of said that he was exhausted after the season and had the retirement sort of thoughts, but he's sort of backtracking from that. And I've heard New England talking about potentially trading him. That's not happening. Big G guarantee on this show tonight. Rob Gronkowski not being traded. He'll still be a productive member. What I like about in fantasy, with a tight end like Gronk, set it and forget it. You're starting him every week as long as he's healthy. He's matchup proof no matter how good a team is against a tight end. I am not letting go of Gronk. Hold if you got him in a dynasty league.
Okay, another big mystery, probably the biggest one besides Gronk, Odell Beckham Jr., of course. What do you do with him? Where is he going to go? Where is he going to end up? What's going to happen? Is he going to get traded for picks? What do you say here, Chris?
I still think at the end of the day, Odell Beckham Jr. is going to remain a New York Football Giant. He's not going to LA anymore after the Rams acquired Brandon Cooks.
Right.
I've seen mock drafts that have Odell Beckham potentially going to the San Francisco 49ers. If he did that and play with Jimmy Garoppolo, I would love that for his prospects. But I don't really think he's going anywhere. And I think his maturation process, he's still getting older. And he had a little bit of a tumultuous offseason himself with the videos that surfaced, him doing some things that he probably shouldn't be. I like guys that when they're kind of knocked down, they really only have anywhere to go from up. And Odell not playing last year, along with some of the off-the-field stuff, I like Odell Beckham Jr.'s prospects of bouncing back, and he's somebody that if someone's going to want to give him away and trade him to you, get him.
All right, so I'm going to let you pick. We got between Brandon Cooks, Crabtree, and McKinnon. Which one would you like to talk about right now?
I want to talk about Michael Crabtree because he is to the Baltimore Ravens. I think that, I know that Ravens fans have been clamoring for a wide receiver to get on this team and help Joe Flacco out. Crabtree, I like his ability to go up and get the football. He may have the dropsies every now and then, but the Ravens have lacked the guy that Joe Flacco can trust since Anquan Bolden left. Flacco had that with Steve Smith. Steve Smith is now gone, and they don't really have anybody at the tight end position I'm really that thrilled about. This is a team that needs a big-time playmaker, and I like Michael Crabtree. He'll get up in your face. He doesn't take it from these cornerbacks who sometimes want to dish it out, talk a little trash to you. Crabtree will get it right back. We saw that he got in the fight last year. This is a great scenario for the Ravens, and it's unfortunate for Ryan Grant because he got that contract, and then it got voided because of the injury, and they were able to acquire Michael Crabtree after that. So the Ravens need all the help that they can get when it comes to the offensive side of the football, and Crabtree helps them certainly.
All right.